And so the United Nations has set December the 3rd as International Day of Persons with Disabilities since 1992 to provide support to people with disabilities around the world, including here in Indonesia. One of the disability-friendly organizations, and that is Konekin, also provides public education to build awareness of inclusive environment and encourage the empowerment of individuals with disabilities. Now, to talk more, joining us via Zoom here is Martella Sirait, the founder of Konekin. Thank you for being here with us, Martella.
Good morning, Martella.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
We are great. Thank you so much for joining us once again.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and I'm very happy to share with you.
Indeed. So, Martella, we want to learn about Konekin, of course, and your journey into becoming one of the person who truly empowered the disabled communities. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the idea behind the establishment of Konekin and what motivated you to support individuals with disabilities in the first place.
So back in 2013, I joined the teaching program and was assigned in the Tanjung Balai Island Regency. So I taught first grade students at a tiny village called Adodomolo, if you ever heard, for a year. And then I have 30 students in my class, and I found 3 of them were having a special needs. One with cerebral palsy, one with dyslexia, one with learning disability, with very limited condition in my village, without electricity, without signals, lack of resources from school, and uneducated parents. I survived to teach them. So I should say that they are my eye-opener to know my calling in this life. And in 2015, I realized that my background in the bachelor degree is not really related to the disability. So I continued my master in 2015 in policy into practice at the University of Birmingham, the UK. With the LPDP scholarship. So after coming back to Indonesia, a year I start to reconnect with a community for disability inclusions. And then in 2018, I built a Konekin.
Okay, Tella, thank you for explaining the timeline specifically. Now, as you are talking right here in the studio and also on the visualizer, we see about the Pesta Inclusive that Konekin has made, where people sing in Indonesia Raya, where people gather and they have fun with each other. Now, can you tell us the story about Pesta Inclusive that Konekin has made? From your own words, Martella, go ahead.
Yeah, every year we organize Pesta Inclusive to challenge stereotypes and promote a more inclusive and accepting society. A month before, we actually had insightful talks with CEO and personal branding workshop for persons with disabilities in productive age. This year, Pesta Inclusive had a theme, Pentaholics Collaborations Toward Inclusive Indonesia. We showcase the talents with disabilities, conduct a meaningful discussion with policymakers, organize the first and only Play It Inclusive. So we combine the children with disabilities and children without disabilities to play together and have a storytelling from the book of the disabilities itself, and open booths for enterprise owned and run by disability, and conduct series of workshops for persons with disabilities that we call Kelas Belajar. And we believe that Pesta Inclusive can foster a sense of community with fun way. We ask state-owned enterprise and corporates to tap in as our sponsor. We also partner with disability advocacy organization to leverage their expertise. We invite many media, including TVRI as well, to frame the disability issues with the empowering lenses. So that is Pesta Inclusive that we believe every year we celebrate the Persons with Disabilities Day through this event to get more and inclusive society.
All right, wow, that sounds wonderful, Martella. Now, could you tell us a little bit more about how Pesta Inclusive and Konekin has contributed in raising the awareness and advocating for the rights of people with disabilities?
Yeah, first, we collaborate with many corporates. So after joining the Pesta Inclusive, they reach us and then they want to implement inclusive hiring practice to ensure that individuals with disabilities have equal opportunities for employment. Second, we ensure that the workplace is accessible to individuals with different types of disabilities, not only the physical things, not only for the built environment of the companies, but also the digital platform. The third, we usually conduct a training program because Konekin is one from 5 in Indonesia that have a license from the ILO Global to run disability equality training to educate employees about disability, diversity, and inclusion. And fourth, we promote the supplier diversity by engaging with business owned and work with individuals with disabilities. Also, we also support the companies and the organization to recognize and address mental health needs not only for employees with disabilities but for all employees.
Yes, Martela, thank you for sharing that story. Now, as a founder of Konekin, you are empowering every ability. Now, we would like to know from your own perspective, your own personal story. After you built this Konekin and you gathered the Pesta Inclusive, what does it do to yourself, Martela? Can you share a bit of a story about that?
Well, it's very personal, but I think from all of my works with Konekin and all of our contribution in the last 5 years, personally, me and also the closest circles of my family recognize the disability from the empowerment or empowering lenses. So basically, we see that disabled person is very poor, pity, and with charity lenses. But regarding our contribution in the last 5 years, we know that persons with disabilities is empowered, and all we need to share or all we need to provide is just like a chance, and also give them a trust, give them a space. So in my personal experiences as a mom as well, I teach my 22 months baby about the diversity from the very early age, because I want that my children is become a very tolerant and very friendly for all the friends with disabilities. So regarding your question about my personal experience, I think I can spread these kinds of issues in empowering lenses to closest circle of my family, and also I teach my children about the diversity and inclusion at very early ages.
Right, Martela, we can certainly sense the passion and dedication in you concerning this issue. But I want to go back to a statement you made about how you have collaborated with many businesses and organizations. Could you give us a little bit more detail on that? How do you work together with businesses and organizations to make sure that they contribute to a more inclusive environment in their working spaces?
So we collaborate with the government by advocating policies related to data, inclusive educations, and fair employment for persons with disabilities. We collaborate with the businesses by providing accessibility assessment, because we know that sometimes the journey of inclusion for every company is different. So we provide the accessibility assessment to help them make sure or ensure that the workplace is really safe and also disability friendly. And we also provide the disability equality training, like I mentioned before. We are one of 5 people in Indonesia that have a license from the ILO Global to run this disability equality training. So it's not just like a sensitizations, but it's more like to change the behavior, the mindset from people, how they can, we look into and we work with persons with disabilities. And also we conducting the inclusive CSR program to maintain that the CSR program not only targeted persons with disabilities as the object of their program, but also the subject, and not for the charity, but for empowerment. We collaborate with communities by organizing a workshop for friends with disabilities in productive age for them to get ready to work.
Yes, not as the object, but as a subject. That is beautiful, Martela. Now, if we may ask, I mean, me and Siska, of course, is not part of Konekin, but we as an individual, we would like to also participate in supporting the goals and mission of Konekin, especially on this week of International Day of Disabled Person. Now, how can we do that, Martella, as an individual to support your goals also in Konekin? Can you share that with us? Thank you, Marcella.
So, like Konekin's team who are inclusive, we always open a recruitment for all people, including people with disabilities, for volunteering in Pasta Inclusive. This year, we have almost 90, I guess, volunteers with and without disabilities. So we blend them together so they can interact each other and then knowing each other very well and can learn from each other. For community members, you can involve also in our program called Bersiap for upskilling bootcamp if you are a student with disabilities. And if you are a worker with disabilities, please join our program Berdaya. And for the Pasta Inclusive this year, just simply come enjoy the Pasta Inclusive that will be held in 16th of December 2023 in TMII Jakarta. So please come and enjoy.
Thank you for the invitation. We would love to come. Thank you so much. But we still need to learn some more, I think, about this issue that you're so passionate about, Martella. So if you could please enlighten us. I'm sure that with the many years you've had behind you in supporting our brothers and sisters with disability, maybe you can tell us a little bit more actually. Although a lot of good work has been done, I'm sure, but I'm sure there's also a lot more work to be done. So maybe you can tell us what are the most pressing issues or areas right now that still require attention and improvement regarding the rights and opportunities for people with disabilities, according to your own assessment and experience.
There are still some pressing issues or areas that still require attention and improvement regarding the rights of persons with disabilities. The fundamental things I think is about the data. So if many people or if you ask the Konekin or me itself about how is the data for persons with disabilities, we don't have like a valid data and updated data for persons with disabilities. So we just use the BPS, the macro data, but we don't have like the updated by name by address about the people with disabilities data. So I think the fundamental way is to have like valid data for persons with disabilities, because this is our database to have like targeted programs and really have like nice policies regarding persons with disabilities. The second one is about the inclusive education. So basically, since 2016, we already have the disability law. And it mentioned that all schools in Indonesia must receive the students with disabilities in their schools. But the fact is, we don't have enough teachers for teaching the special needs kids. So many schools still rejected the students with disabilities. And the third one is about the unequal employment for persons with disabilities. That's why Konekin collaborate with many companies to intervene the demand side. So if we talk about the employment, we talk about the supply and demand. The supply, it's about how we train the persons with disabilities in productive age, but we don't forget about to intervene the demand side from the companies. So they are very open with the people with disabilities to work in their organization. So these three things, I think, still require attention and improvement regarding the opportunities for persons with disabilities.
Okay.
Yes, Martella. Thank you for mentioning the three things, yeah?
Yes.
Siska. And just now you mentioned about the 16th of December 2023, your event in Taman Mini. Now, can you share some of the preparation and can you share also with the viewers where can we see the social media? Where is it about, and how can we go there? How can we join the event, Martella?
Yeah, all of the promotion and information about the Pasta Inclusive, you can simply follow and also look at Connect Indonesia Instagram. So just open it, follow us, and then update with the information about Pasta Inclusive. And in this event, we have like many performers with disabilities. For example, like stand-up comedian, the first stand-up comedian with disabilities, Dani Aditya, and then we have also Pelita Monas, the first tari saman tunanetra, or blind dancers, and then we also have the autistic band. It's so many performers with disabilities that you can enjoy, and we also have like a 3 talk show that I mentioned about the 3 issues before about data, inclusive education, and also equal opportunities. And we also collaborate with the Ministry of Manpower, Ministry of educations, and so on. And we also have the Playdate Inclusive, the first and only Playdate Inclusive in Indonesia, that we collaborate with many communities to ask their children with and without disabilities to play together, and then also to listen to the storyteller by Read Aloud Indonesia about our book. So last year we launched our book. It's a picture book for children with disabilities. It's a 5 series of book. We call it Buku Bisa, or Bisa book, and it will be storytold in our event. If you want to join, you can just simply click the link on our Instagram that brings you to the registration form, and then you just type your data, and then you donate for us if you want to donate for the disability empowerment. And you just simply go to the Taman Mini with LRT, because we want to reduce the emissions, so don't use your car or motorcycle, just simply use your LRT, bring your family, and have fun together on 16th of December.
Wow, it sounds like fun.
It is. It is on a weekend.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for showing us the rundown. That was very specific. We know what to look forward to then. Okay, Martela, last couple of questions before we let you go. Now, you mentioned to us the main challenges that you have faced in empowering the disabled communities. The lack of data, equality in education is also an issue, and equal opportunity in employment. Now, despite all these challenges, I'm sure there are some bright moments throughout your journey in empowering the disabled community. Maybe you can share that with us as well, to also increase our inspiration and our motivation to be included in your effort to empower the disabilities. Maybe you can share with us some significant achievement that Konekin has experienced in its efforts to enhance the lives of people with disabilities?
Yes, please do, Martela. And we are curious, what are you holding at the moment? What are you seeking, Martela? Show it to us.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that I already mentioned about the Buku Bisa. So this is one of our Buku Bisa. Can you see that?
Yes.
So we have like a 5 series of Buku Bisa. This one is telling about the Down syndrome children. So through this book, we hope this is can be a learning material of inclusion from early stages. Because as a mom, I also I've already read this to my 22 months baby, and it works. So whenever we go for the weekend, and my baby see that there is a Down syndrome children, and she said to me that, Mama, it's a Down syndrome, kakak Down syndrome. So it's just like a picture book, but very insightful and very works if you want to teach your children, your cousins, or even yourself as a parents or educators to know about disability. So this is one of our achievement that we launched just last year, and it's really cheap. I think if we look for the important books telling about diversity and inclusion, it maybe cost like more than 200,000 rupees. But this book, if you have like a bundling for 5 series, is only 250. So each only like 50,000. It's very affordable for you and also for your family. And another success story, maybe I could say that Konekin has raised awareness for more than 10,000 people through our events called Kongko Inclusive every month, and also Pesta Inclusive every year. And we also have delivered workshop and training on disability inclusion to almost 50 companies, and many of them continue their journey to recruit workers with disabilities. Maybe that three things I think the success story that could inspire you guys.
Wow. Congratulations for all those achievements. We are feeling the happiness with you.
Thank
So
you.
we would like to wish you a happy Pesta Inclusive on 16 December 2023 on Taman Mini. And for viewers who want to go there, well, you can check the social media of Konekin. And that is our talks with Martella Sirait, the founder of Konekin. Thank you for being here with us, Martella, and sharing your positive vibes in the morning.
Yes, thank you so much,
Thank
Martella.
you. I'm waiting
And
for
please,
you to come to enjoy the Pesta Inclusive.
yes, of course. Send our best regards to everyone at Konekin for all the amazing work that you've been doing. Thank you, Martella.
Sure. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. My pleasure.
Okay.
That was wonderful.
Yes.
You can feel the positive energy and the
Yes.
warm vibes. And once again, thank you to Martella and everyone at Konekin for extending their very generous invitation
Of course.
to attend their event.
Beautiful words, Martella. So we're going to be back on Starting Point with more updates, so stay tuned right here with us.